Episode 10, the last video of 10 by 10 series about Western philosophy. Blueprint of ancient thinkers and contemporary philosophical science. Humans tried to reveal the invisible causes by exploring the substance of the changing and the unchanging. Passing the 20th century, philosophical science aims that the shape, two causes, of matter, one cause, enables a relationship, three causes, with each other in a specific form. And that a relationship with strong intensity also changes the shape of matter. The verification of chemistry that it also acts as a, four causes, has increased rapidly. On the other hand, scholars with strong philosophical tendencies were conducting research on the mental world with concepts such as will and vitality in parallel with scientific research. Newtonian mechanics, which studies the force that forms the relationship between materials and the resulting motion. And thermodynamics, which studies various mutual transformations of energy of physical movement and invisible heat energy, electrical energy, and light energy, energy stored inside matter and its storage method, etc. The mysterious light that mankind uses to see the world and constantly provides energy to all living things, and spectroscopy that uses that light to obtain information on the deeper inside of matter and to illuminate the space, time, and movement of the universe. In addition, the development of all these fields, including quantum, molecular biology, and organic chemistry, has increased the academic perfection of chemistry. Chemistry explains countless substances are made up of more than 100 basic substances called atoms, elements, and the substance of the substance is an aggregate of energy, and the energy enables power, will, and the energy is defined as a constant movement, not a static existence. Quantum mechanics explains, even in elementary particles, which are the units of matter, the movement of disorder within them gave rise to uncertainty and the duality of particles/waves phenomenally. It was being interpreted as the relation between particles and waves make a being to exist in a state. This concept entered science as a gift from the philosophy of Spinoza and Leibniz, and furthermore from the philosophies of Schopenhauer, Hegel, and Bergson. Organic chemistry, which has absorbed quantum mechanics and thermodynamics, creates new properties of new materials through the relationship between materials, and the laws of the relationship are determined by materials, and are countless and diverse. Many organic chemists believe that both matter and living things use foreign matter as matter, but they can show a phenomenon of making different shapes by forming different kinds of relationships. Furthermore, organic biochemists believe that when the equilibrium of connected chemical substances is broken, life stops. The connection of two objects loses two properties and creates a new one. Thermodynamics studies the relationship between the forces that bring order from disorder, or the change of energy from one state of order to another order. It also proves the different properties created from eternal repetition. The new relationship will make this quality into a completely different state of being, and therefore it is with the philosophical trend that nothing is fixed forever and the existing structure or quality cannot be eternal. Scholars with a strong philosophical inclination were also conducting research on the mental world with concepts such as will and vitality in parallel with scientific research. Nietzsche's philosophy was influenced by the scientific and cultural developments of his time, including the study of thermodynamics, which focused on the relationship between energy and matter in physical systems. Nietzsche applied this concept to human psychology, arguing that individuals are constantly expending and transforming energy in the pursuit of their goals and desires. Nietzsche believed that the highest human goal was to achieve self-creation and self-overcoming, which involves rejecting societal norms and conventions in favor of pursuing one's own individual path. He argued that this process of self-creation requires a constant expenditure of energy, and that individuals must be willing to take risks and embrace their own uniqueness in order to achieve their full potential. The philosophical flow runs through this period is a combination of logical positivism, pragmatism, and process philosophy. Bertrand Russell was a key figure in the development of logical positivism, which emphasized the importance of empirical evidence and logical analysis in the pursuit of knowledge. He argued that language is a key component of logical analysis, and that precise and clear language is essential for understanding complex concepts. Alfred North Whitehead, a British mathematician and philosopher, is best known for his contributions to the philosophy of science and process philosophy. Whitehead argued that everything, even atoms in the universe, is in a constant state of process and change, and that the underlying reality of the world is dynamic and fluid. Boltzmann, a physicist and philosopher, was a pioneer in the field of statistical mechanics and thermodynamics. His work focused on the relationship between energy, entropy, and the behavior of particles in physical systems. Boltzmann's ideas were highly influential in the development of the concept of entropy, which describes the tendency of systems to move towards disorder and randomness. Wittgenstein went to him to be a student, but he found Boltzmann already died. Wittgenstein is known for his contributions to the philosophy of language and the concept of language games. He argued that the meaning of language is determined by its use in specific contexts. Wittgenstein's work had a significant impact on the development of analytical philosophy and helped to clarify many of the key concepts in logical positivism. Meanwhile, Lacan was a successor of Freud's psychoanalytic theories. Merleau-Ponty had different perspectives on the relationship between the mind and the body. They all recognized the importance of the unconscious mind and the role of perception in shaping our understanding of the world. While Lacan emphasized the role of language and symbols, Freud focused on the significance of early childhood experiences, and Merleau-Ponty argued that the body is an integral part of our experience of the world. The brain equals rhizome equals intelligence equals being. For Deleuze, being is a fundamental concept that refers to the basic ontological status of existence. However, unlike traditional metaphysics, Deleuze rejects the idea of being as a fixed and unchanging entity. Instead, like science, he sees being as a constantly evolving and dynamic process of becoming, a continual process of differentiation and transformation. In Deleuze's philosophy, being is not limited to individual entities or objects, but extends to the relations and connections between things. Deleuze's concept of being challenges traditional metaphysical assumptions and offers a new way of thinking about the nature of existence. Gilles Deleuze rejected traditional dichotomies such as mind and body, subject and object, and instead emphasized the importance of difference and becoming. Answering Bergson's argument, he argued that these dichotomies are limiting and do not accurately reflect the complex and dynamic nature of reality. He also believed that the mind and body are constantly interacting and influencing each other, and that the two cannot be separated without losing an essential part of human experience. Similarly, Deleuze rejected the traditional distinction between subject and object, which suggests that the subject is an active agent that interacts with passive objects in the world, Hegel view. Instead, like other contemporary philosophers, he saw subject and object as mutually constitutive and constantly transforming in relation to one another. Connecting all of these ideas, he used the concept of the rhizome as a metaphor to describe a mode of thought and organization that is opposed to traditional hierarchical structures. Connections of mind and body or and object and subject and folds play a fundamental role in the process of becoming as events. Like Bergson and many philosophical scientists, Deleuze sees events as being irreducible to any kind of causal explanation, and he argues that they cannot be reduced to their constituent parts or explained in terms of pre-existing laws or principles. Instead, events are singular and unique, emerging out of the complex interplay of forces and intensities that make up the world. He also used the concept of the virtual, that is a realm of potentiality that exists alongside the actual and that exists separately from the actual, but is instead immanent within it, constantly shaping and transforming the world we experience. Thank you for watching 10 videos about Western philosophy. See you again with new topics.